Hey, what's up? Today I got a gorgeous and very easy and super delicious Greek-style eggplant bake. Not that difficult to make at all. Super scrumptious, delicious, and it is, you know what? One of these meals that just warms your tummy and your heart. So, first things first, I'm going to preheat my oven 425 degrees Fahrenheit or about 220 degrees Celsius. Get that off and going. That way, one less thing to worry about. For this, I'm going to use the help of my trusty little mini-me food processor to help along with the jobs. And by jobs, the first order of business is I'm just going to quarter up an onion, and I'm just going to throw it into my food processor here, along with 1 clove of garlic. And along with this, I'm going to do half a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of cumin. And that's going to go in there too. I throw in my spices at this stage where they're going to kind of get emulsified with my onion and garlic. Now, when I'm doing this, this is only going to take like maybe 30 seconds, 20, 30 seconds tops. You just want to bring that up to like, or grind it down to like a very even consistency. Look, perfect. It's done. Just like that. If you do get a bigger chunk or whatever, just give it a quick whiz up there and get rid of it. Perfect. Done. I'm going to take a generous, about 1/3 of a cup of Greek extra virgin olive oil. Is going to go into my frying pan. Nothing complicated at all. And then all I'm going to do is just put this in there. Oh, this smells so good. There's something about cumin and cinnamon together, and they work so well in tomato sauces. Absolutely fantastic. So that goes there just like that. Nothing to this. Get that going there. I'm going to take a little bit of salt, and that's going to go in here. I don't want a lot because I'm also going to be using cheeses in this. I'm going to be using feta and a couple other little goodies. Now, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper is going to go in this. All right, so now that my onion and garlic along with my spices is working, and it's like smelling up a storm in here. Absolutely fantastic. Now the next thing to go in is about a tablespoon of tomato paste. This is going to bring out a nice acidity to this dish. That's going to go in there just like that. Now once the tomato paste hits the heat, it'll actually start melting down. Now that our paste is in, time to throw in our tomato sauce. And for this, I'm just using about 1.5 cups, 12 ounces of tomato sauce or crushed tomatoes, and about 1/2 cup of water just to clean off my bottle. And that's perfect right there. Absolutely amazing. These recipes have such a depth of flavor, and it is literally all the smells and all the flavors of like the Greek village. So whenever you've actually eaten in Greece and had like a tomato sauce, this is actually very similar to the flavors that you will have experienced. Now, for this meal, I am using eggplants. I'm using the long Chinese or Asian eggplants. This meal is awesome for veggies that have been in your fridge for a while. They're past their prime, but they're not, let me just turn this down, but they're not ready to get chucked. That's just wrong. It's a sin to throw away perfectly good food. So for this, all I'm going to do is take them, get rid of the ends here, and just slice them into 1/8 thick slices. Nothing complicated. I'm using a serrated knife. You can use whatever it is you have. And just slice through these. And we're going to do this dish in a couple of layers. All right, my eggplants have now been sliced. For this, I'm just using an 8x8 pan, a ceramic baking dish. Feel free to double, triple, quadruple this recipe, whatever you want. according to the number of people you're serving this to. Look at this. My sauce is tightening up beautifully. This, my friends, is ready to go. And this took like, what, 5-6 minutes to do tops. So off that goes. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of my sauce. I'm just going to put it on the bottom of my pan so that way it doesn't catch on me. Now here comes the fun part for me, is actually putting everything together. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eggplant slices and just throw them, or distribute them along the bottom in a decent layer. I would do a couple thick, and you want to have some a little bit of substance to your eggplant bake, and that's what it's all about. We don't want no like wussy little kind of wimpy little things happening here. So that's perfect right there. That's our first layer. I'm going to take now my sauce. I'm going to pour over my eggplant, just like that. Perfect. Look how good this is. This is like, oh, the flavors of the sauce. I'm going to take about 50-60 grams of feta. Can't forget the feta. And in my world, WTF means where's the feta? So I'm just going to crumble this down, and in as this bakes, the feta will melt and give you a very, very creamy layer in the middle. Perfect. Let me just wash my hands real quick. Now, this is all the flavors building and kind of working together. I'm going to take now more of my sliced eggplant and just kind of keep going. It's almost like building a pizza, like spreading out the pepperoni on a pizza. That very, very simple. And again, same deal. I want to do a couple of layers up top. I want to have a little depth. Nothing worse than, biting into one of those casseroles or these bakes, and there's like, half an inch of filling. Just not good. Not good at all. Now, I'm going to take the rest of my sauce. I'm going to put this in here. This is not the prettiest dish, but it is so, so delicious, my friends. Absolutely delicious. And a little word to the wise, when you're going to bake this off, if you're like me and you fill yours up as high as I do, I would put a baking sheet under this. You don't want your spouse, your partner, whoever does the cleaning in your kitchen, like freaking out on you, because that's not a good thing. So just, keep that in mind. That's perfect right there. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Now, the top layer of ooey gooey goodness. What am I going to use? Let's see what I got here. I got a little piece of kefalograviera. I'm going to use my box grater. I'm just going to grate this over just like that. This will add a little bit of a zinginess. This to me is like the Greek equivalent to like Parmesan. Really nice cheese, very, very good. If you can find it, totally use it. Very nice. What else is in here? Oh, a little bit of oca, Canadian oca. It's what I got. Let me turn this around. You can use basically whatever you have. What the hell? You could even use like cheddar if you have it. Not a big deal. So put some of this over this too. This is like so worth a Lipitor, even though it's like low carb. It's just all this cheese is absolutely fantastic. It excites me very, very much so. So that's that there. And a little bit of Gouda. I love Gouda. I put this on everything. I would put this on my breakfast cereal. It may not be totally Greek, but Gouda is very, very, very popular in Greece. They love their Gouda there. So perfect. Just leave that there. You know what? I'm just going to crumble this up by hand here and let that go just like that. And that, my friends, is ready to go into our oven. This is going to bake at 425 degrees for about 35 to 45 minutes. Let me put my spout here, and I tell you what I forgot to do is take a little bit of olive oil, just drizzle it on top, maybe a tablespoon or two tops, just that kiss of olive oil. And that's it. Pop this into your oven, and you wait till you see what's coming out. All right, time to get the show on the road here. My bake or my eggplant bake is done. I actually let it sit for a good half an hour. You need this for these kinds of dishes, just for them to reconstitute and kind of firm up a little bit. But it is going to be so worth it in the end. So simple, so delicious. And you know what? It's hearty for a vegetarian dish. So let me take a little bit here. Look, it's been sitting here and the cheese is still melty and gooey and just... Oh my gosh! That is so freaking delicious. Here's the thing. It's almost got like a moussaka-ish vibe happening. The layers of eggplants and the feta. And instead of bechamel, I've added melty, gooey cheeses on top. This is definitely going to be a hit. So easy to make, and again, you can double, you can triple the recipe, make it as big as you like. So my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe. It was my pleasure to share this with you, and I hope you guys share this as well. These are super easy recipes that anybody can make. These are from whether you're like a chef or you're just somebody starting out and you want to dabble, this is the way to go. So I thank you for your time in watching this. Please check me out online as well at kensgreektable.com for this recipe and many others. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.